This program is called 7-Zip. This is version 9.2. It is free software. Basically, you take your files and folders and it'll make a single file archive of them. Basically, you would pick either file, folder, or both and hit add, and once you do, it will only use these folders and these names in the archive. There will not be any extra files or folders other than if there was a folder in the sample, it would continue showing the hierarchy of those files and folders. So you would hit add. Basically, it would give you a chance to name the archive and place it and choose the archive that you want: 7-Zip, tar, wim, or zip. My favorite is zip. You can split the archive, add parameters, and importantly enter passwords and other different options. Once you were ready, you would hit OK, and it would compress everything, and unzip.zip is what it did. You can test the archive at this point. No errors. So that's good. The main point is to have a clean archive without any junk, plus the zip format here will allow you, with the deflate method, if you are into Mozilla add-ons, you can take the XPI, name it zip, unzip it, change a few things if you want to, rezip it with this program and this format, zip, and it will act like a add-on. So very handy program. I've been looking for a program like this for a while. Didn't think 7-Zip was for me, but I use it as a zip program, and I love it. It's great. So consider using 7-Zip with all your archives, making all your archives, I should say. Anyburn is the best software I've come across so far to help me burn my CDs, DVDs, and Blu-ray discs. I have version 2.7. They're updating this every so often, so they keep up on it and to make it better and more stable. But I've never had a problem with this program or any of the discs failing. Very simple options, very simple interface. You burn images, you can convert images, burn your files and folders to a disk, rip audio, create image from files and folders, convert images. The one I like is create images from disk. Say you have like CD of a compilation. You worked hard on it, but you don't want to get scratched and have to do all the work over again. So you would use this, create image file from disk instead of an ISO. I usually use the bin or Q file. It just reads the disk, and it's kind of like a little backup. So you can have that on your computer. In case you lose your disk, you've got a backup, don't have to do all that work finding the original songs, that sort of thing. Convert image. Now this has a whole bunch, like 30 different images. ISO, DAA for direct access archive, WIM, Windows image format, VMware virtual disk image, VMDK extension, and then the last two, VHD, which is the virtual PC disk image, and virtual box disk image. So that's about almost 30 of them, and those can all be converted to ISO bin and queue. Very nice to have that in case you want to convert some of your NRG old formatted or old extensions from older software like Nero, and kind of bring it in to work with the anyburn arena. So let me see. I think that's the basic, all the images I kind of wanted to get through. Burn files and folders, burn image files and folders to disk. I do that an awful lot to when I'm downloading stuff off the internet. I'll just keep a record of everything I've installed on my computer in case I have to reinstall. My computer crashes or gets a malware, I've got a record of everything I've downloaded. And you can also, with this, create an image of your files and folders. So if you don't want to make a DVD and just store it away so it doesn't take up a lot of room on your hard disk, you can go the other way and just do like a standard ISO or bin file that rests on a hard drive somewhere, to where you can go in and take out certain programs if you want, and just mount the ISO as a hard drive letter, using probably magicdisc would be one I would use, and mount that as a drive letter, so your ISO acts as a drive letter, so you can take the program and take it out, run it, whatever. Rip audio, I haven't really ripped anything with this, to be honest, because I use the audio grabber. That's from way back, and I've always had a fondness for that. So check out anyburn. It will replace any program you've got. It replaced my Roxio for me, and just the Windows Media Player. It can just do so much. It can make so much backup copies, ISO, just the raw files and folders, backup copies of your compilation discs. It's basically a one-stop shop for me, and I highly recommend anyburn. It's been a real easy program to recommend to people. This program is called Aspect. This is version 2.1.0. Why you would use this is if you were doing videos. If you were creating videos or adding videos on top of videos. So usually if you take something off your phone, or if you have two different views from two different phones or video sources, you want to put them together, one on top of the other or side by side. Well, you could also use this program for that, or just for individual videos, to resize them to make them look better on YouTube. So you would pick the aspect ratio, you pick the multipliers, then this resolution, that's where you would pick and filter out all the different, if the extreme values, you can filter those out, perfect ratios, but it just gives you a list of what's possible with that, with your settings, your aspect ratio, to keep everything the same. If you have a video or two videos putting together, you want them to kind of look symmetrical. So this program would help you do that. Basically, if you were doing two side by side, you'd want to figure out, okay, the best resolution would be maybe half of 640 here. So 320. So let's go a little under 320. We could hit 312. Let's say that. so we can put them side by side. There's a preview, so this gives us a little preview of kind of how the exact dimensions are. Very nice. Then if you want to go ahead and fill in your duration of the video and audio bit rate and the target file size, frame rate, it'll give you a good bit rate to keep your videos at. So there's so many different ways you can use this. I love this program. I just found it for all you YouTube channels out there. This is you've probably had this before me, and this is old news, but this is great for adding all that kind of special effects stuff to your videos. Video on video, two videos together side by side, that kind of thing. So this is Aspect. This program is called cursorus. It allows the cursor to move across the screen continuously. So if I go to the left, it'll appear at the right, and top and bottom. The program resides on the system tray right here. You right click, options, and here's your options. It has hotkeys to disable, enable, run at startup, blocking. There's even a ignore top right corner, and you can set the width and height so your arrow, your mouse doesn't go to the next screen when you want to hit the X to exit out of a program. Very handy to have that. You can set the width and height. Borders, I love this. There's a program called Edgeless that does the exact same thing this does, except this one has where you can ignore like the top or bottom, and if you just want to do the right and left thing, so you can specify what, if you just want a certain section to be continuous or edgeless, I should say. So you get to choose which side you want to block or disable the effect on. Very nice program. I use this on all my media PCs. I stream videos for entertainment, so that's what I use this for. That's cursorus. This program is called cyberfox. I have 33 installed, but they're up to 37 now. You can get it at 8PEX Studios. It is from the Mozilla Firefox source code, and usually whenever there's a new Firefox version, they'll have a new version of cyberfox. So the main reason you'd get this other than Firefox is the status tray right here. Their new scheme for Firefox is to get rid of this area right here, and I'm really partial to this status bar or system bar, whatever you want to call it. I use this all the time, and I prefer having this. Otherwise, it's the same old Firefox, same old reliability, but this is what this would be the main purpose you'd want cyberfox, I should say. Some of your extensions won't work, like Yahoo Mail Notifier, but there are alternatives. This button right here, this Yahoo button, will just bring up Yahoo, and this is actually a quick or a fast notifier. Basically, a window pops up with the mail just right in it. So if you're patient, or if you're impatient with the options that they don't give you with the Firefox, cyberfox, you'll be happily surprised with how reliable it is and bringing back the status bar. So that's cyberfox. I highly recommend it. I use it every day. This program's called lastativityview. It's by Nearsoft, and what it does is when it first runs, it gathers up all the information it can in log files, registry values, and it gathers activity on your computer. And it shows it in a nice layout where you can choose to sort it by file name or action time. That's what I have sorted it by right now. And it informed me of when the software was actually some software was installed, and gave me a good idea of how old this computer is. I think I got it in 2010 or maybe 2011. So it was really nice to have this, and you can put reports. You can make reports from this. Auto size, the columns, easier to read. Just an all-around nice little thing to have to see who's on your computer, what's going on with it, what computers are running, what EXEs are running. Here's the file extension. You can sort it by that and see just what's going on with your computer. Highly recommend this if you want to make sure no one's tampering with your computer. This kind of helps give you an idea of what's going on. And that's lastativityview by Nearsoft. This program is called LaunchLater. Its main purpose is to delay the launch of certain programs you can specify from running, giving other programs a chance to load first at Windows startup or boot up. You can import all your startup items and go from there, or just add individual applications. That's what I did. I just hit the add application button, then go find the exe I wanted to run. Then it comes up in this little box here. Then you would hit edit, and then you'd put the delay time in minutes and seconds and any arguments, and then hit save. And do that for the next one, and so on and so forth. Once you were done, you would hit close, and then there would be a little message box. Hit yes, no, or cancel. Yes to save your configurations. Then when you restart your computer, this should run, and it will run on the system tray. A little icon will show up, and you can actually click on it, and a little pop-up, a little pop-up box or little menu will come up, and you can watch each one execute, or when they execute, the little Windows pop-up box will come up and tell you what is executing. And I don't think it'll show the delay time. It'll just show it when it executes. But if you right click in it, it'll show one after the other what's next. So this needs .NET Framework 4.0 or 4.5 to actually work as it's supposed to. If you don't have that installed on your computer, I don't think this will work. I've tried many programs. Startup Delayer was one of my early favorites back in the late 90s, but it's since changed, and you have to pay for it, and it's awkward. But I've been wanting a program like this for decades now, and look into LaunchLater. I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. This program is called magicdisc. It's freeware. It sits on the system tray, and it mounts images. So let me hit close. Here's the icon on the system tray. You do a right click, and we are going to make a virtual CD-ROM. We're going to mount an image, and I'll show you right here. I've already made the ISO using anyburn. I just put in a CD and made an image or an ISO of the CD-ROM. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit open, and then it mounted it as a CD-ROM, and then the autoplay came up. So this is what's in it. So let me show you the actual CD-ROM. It mounted it, yeah, there we go. DVD drive I, it just assigned a drive letter, and those are my files in the ISO. So I could run it at this point. So here's the actually I already have it installed, the drivers, so this wants me to remove or repair. So I'm just going to hit cancel. And finish. So that's how you mount an ISO. You can, I think you can copy files out of it. Let me hit copy. Okay, yeah. So you can take files out of it, whatever you want to do there. If you're using it as a storage medium, or like a gaming, something for gaming, like program to run. It's easy to unmount. You can unmount all drives just with this option. Compress ISO files, a whole bunch of stuff. So, oh, and set the amount of drives. So I'm just going to unmount all drives. Actually, you can go to the ISO you has been mounted and just individually unmount. So I'm going to do that. Let me bring this up. Okay, yeah, there's no drive letter I. So it unmounted, then no sweat. So that is magicdisc. It's free. I think they stopped making it in 2009 or upgrading it, but I've had no problems with it. So that's version 2.7, magicdisc. This program is called Mogi or Mog. Basically, it sits on the system tray. You access the settings there, and this will let your keyboard do anything a mouse can do. So you don't need a mouse with this. To activate it, you would hit a key combination, and wherever this mouse pointer is, it would put a crosshairs from top of your desktop to the bottom and all the way to the left and right at that point. And that would be your target area for any number of things. Right click, left click, whatever you wanted to do. This is I don't know of any other program that can do this. I love this. It's on both my entertainment PCs. I don't need a mouse. This is great for that odd thing when you need to do the right click, left click, whatever. So the only awkward thing is the movement keys. Like if you have a crosshair and you want to move the crosshair, that's a little awkward to get used to. Otherwise, this program works very well. I love this program. It's called Mog or Mogi. I highly recommend it. Oh, and by the way, the slang, this is British slang for cat, Mog. So that's Mogi. This program is called nircmd. It's basically a program that you would run from the console here. It can do just about anything you want it to do practically. I use it in batch files. Here's a sample of a batch file. Here's the the exe. It can send key presses and wait. I use a lot of that for automation to do certain tasks, repetitive tasks that I need done. So now that I've gone through what I use it for, let me go through the list of everything this can do. Auto shutdown, open close CD-ROMs, stuff with the clipboard. You can save, say read file, clear, write file, add file, save image, current image in clipboard. It can wait. It can run programs, hibernate your computer, initiate a shutdown, kill processes. What's this monitor? Turn off the monitor, mute volume. It can do all kinds of stuff with the volume. Change, well, let me just go through the rest of this stuff. Regedit, restart Explorer, screensaver. There's the send key and send key press, where you can send like Control Alt Delete, that kind of thing. Send key is just like a individual key press. Shift down, and you can send the shift back up, so it will actually hold it down, simulate the holding down and stuff like that. Send mouse, send a right click. This can do just about anything. Set console color, set file time, a whole bunch of stuff that in batch files, this can you can have one batch file to do a certain task, and it will save you a lot of time. This is a time saver for me. I can't calculate how much time this has saved me. So look into nircmd. It's free. This program is called siteshooter. It's by Nearsoft. Basically, you'd put a URL in this box. You would put the file name in PNG with the PNG extension. You'd have a lot of web browser options, the size of the photo, and you have a lot of different options here to customize the photo. The JPEG quality, image size, timeout. Take a screenshot every so minutes. You can set that if you like, or just hit start and just let it start taking a picture after picture, or just one snapshot of the website you want. And you can use that for anything you want, for archiving, for something probably on the web. It's a nice program. I think there's only another one out similar to this, and it's by the Windows Club. I forget what it's called, but those are the other two photo capture website programs I've found. So this one's from Nearsoft, and it's called siteshooter. This program is called tinytask. It's a program to record your mouse movements and your keystrokes, and you can save it to a script file. You can then open to play over and over the script, and it will move your mouse around and do all the things that you told it to do. And it can compile those scripts to a standalone exe to be run anytime you want, and it will do the exact same thing the scripts do. Here's a little bit of configuration you can do. Normal fast speed, continuous playback, little hotkey stuff. different things. So I recommend tinytask for all those odd little things that you want to do that take a lot of time. So repetitive tasks. I use this every day, and I recommend tinytask. This program's called turnedontimesview. It's by Nearsoft. You can find it at nearsoft.net. Its purpose is to record. It gathers information to find out when the start time and the shutoff time occurred, and to record that. And it has HTML report, auto size, columns, headers, advanced options. You can choose remote, external disk, local computer. Kind of nice. That's Nearsoft's Turned On Times View.